you are on your wing foil journey and you feel like you are hitting a plateau, you want to keep progressing, today we're going to share 3 tips to help you take your wing foiling to the next level.
Wow, dude, you're like on fire, dude. Thank you guys so much for tuning back in. We appreciate you guys. We got an exciting one today. If you're on this journey and you're just crushing it in your wing foiling and you're ready for 3 important points that'll really help you take it to the next level, let's get to it. So, point number 1 that I feel like is one of the most valuable ones, and it relates to Gwen right here, and I watched it happen, and that is once you get efficient, you're getting good, you're doing stuff, you're doing tricks, you're jamming, you're wing foiling, you're getting pretty good, you're maybe intermediate, advanced, whatever it may be, you get so focused on all this gear out there. There's so many cool high aspect wings, there's these boards, there's this narrow thing, there's all this awesome stuff out there. And I wanna say, hold tight a second and just put the time in on your gear that you have and enjoy what you have and get good on it, because Gwen went through his progression in an incredible way by riding a 4-meter wing, a 800, I think, HA from Cabrina, and it's all he rode in all conditions. And he just started doing backflips and every trick we ever imagined, and he just would never change. Literally would never change it. That was it. That was like a moment where he spent months just doing this, and it completely changed. And I always go back to it in my competing career, but like, getting used to what you're good at. And I'm going to throw this out to Jackson, who lives locally in Jupiter here, who just rides a 150 HAX from Le Foils, and literally he just will not get off it, and he's amazing on it. And it's getting comfortable with your gear. So sometimes don't get lost in all those other things out there. Focus on what you have. Doesn't matter what you have. Get good at what you have, and I promise you, you'll be surprised with what you can do.
Yeah, for sure. I would say once you find something that you really like, like use it as much as possible, that less likely won't be the reason why you are not, progressing or something. Most of the time, like you said, we get too caught up into like the new stuff that come out, and we think that's what's gonna take us to the next level. And really, it's not, it's just gonna make you more confused. You're gonna ride a bunch of different stuff every time, not really getting used to one setup. And so to me, I feel like, the gear is progressing, but I don't think it's now like, in terms of like, let's say, foils, wings, I don't think there is like changes that are making it like, boom, it's gonna take your level up, right away. So I think there's so much to get used to the setup that you really like, ride it in all conditions. And to me, that's just kind of like the minimalist, like,
way to
like,
learn. Yeah.
way, like, pick a foil that you love, that's the one, you're gonna ride it all the time. One bond that you love, that's the one you're gonna ride all the time. And really then you put in the time on that setup.
Yeah, I've seen it. I'm probably the worst person because I am lucky and I get to try a lot of things, and I try a million different things, and like downwinding, for instance, right now, I'm still struggling. And it's like, it's not the gear. It's just, I need to put the time in. Leads us to maybe number 2, putting the time in.
Yeah, you have to put in the time, but also what I would say is you have to slow down and not go like crazy every time, and take a second to feel the riding, find the flow, find the most efficiency in your riding. To me, that can only come if you slow down when you ride. And that also means, riding in like, minimal conditions, riding with sometimes, going back to like a gear that's like, a bit of a bigger foil, a bit of a bigger burn, something that you used to ride, before maybe. Go back to something super easy to ride and focus on really finding flow. I think there's so much fine-tuning that comes from that.
Yeah, I think it's spot on. I would even challenge you guys to go out when you're wing foiling to literally be riding and just go for a really long tack and start relaxing your arms and feel what things do, and use your fingers and move things around and listen to your hands and listen to your body. And you may even end up relaxing your muscles that you didn't think you could relax. And all of a sudden things become easier where you're just like one with the wing instead of just like you're gonna die on the wing, you know? So like really slow down, relax, try to think about your actual muscles that you're using and relax different ones and try different things, and you're gonna be surprised with how much things change or what you should be doing or shouldn't be doing. And it'll be a great way for you to feel a lot more of wing foiling in a different way.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like this is what foiling is. It's kind of like
Feeling.
It's flying above the water and it's flow. And so take a second to find that in your jibe, in your tack, you know, any maneuver that you do. If you are, you know, trying to do the 360, like find that. And that sometimes comes from just, you know, riding in easy condition, not trying to be the most aggressive possible, but just really finding flow. So the last one is
Most important one.
Teach your friends how to wing foil. Teach your friends how to jibe, how to tack, how to get up on foil.
Hold on, let me take it to the next level. Teach your wife, teach your
Unless she
husband.
doesn't want to. Well,
No,
you're
don't
gonna
do
get in
it,
trouble.
because
You're gonna get
then
in
you're
trouble.
always on the water. No, I'm just kidding. No, it's a super important point. Grab your friends, grab people that you wouldn't think would be interested, because the more you surround yourself with people that you want to be around on the water, man, life becomes awesome.
Also, when you are challenged yourself to explain something, it honestly makes you better at doing it. Like sometimes you just do things without thinking about it, without really knowing why, and where you try to explain it to somebody that doesn't understand.
How come I've done like 400 videos here and I don't feel like I'm progressing, Gwen? Is there something wrong with my style of teaching?
But it's true. Like, you know, when
It's a
we
good
are,
point.
we have progress from making those videos, and that's why we do it. You know, it's just like a selfish move. We are trying to get better personally, but so like just teach your friends. Go out there, and even if they are not your friends, you go
Teach
to the
them.
beach. There's somebody.
Teach 'em.
Hey,
Grab them, bring them in.
hey,
on
come here,
over.
come learn.
Yeah, that's it. It's important because the reality is, you know, life is better with people, friends, family, and enjoying things together. It's like sometimes, I don't know, it's cliche, but it's the truth. It really is better to surround yourself with people that you want to do things with. And that leaves us on to the perfect point to end this video and say, look, surround yourself with wonderful people. Put those people in things that you like to do. Because if you surround yourself with negativity, ain't going to be very positive. You don't want to be around that. And a lot of times people pull that positive away from you. And you want to make sure you're with people that lift you up and give you positivity, and you can share it right back, and then everything becomes better. But if people are pulling it from you, I'd say try to move away from that.
There's so much to, you know, gain and receive from giving, but it's not a two-way like interaction. It's like you give and then somebody else will give you. It's
Just
not
give.
that you give and then it's coming back here. So, you know, giving is always going to come back to you in some ways, and it's just the satisfaction of just giving and being helpful. So
Give to give. Give to not receive anything in return, and you'll be shocked with what comes in time, but don't even worry about that. And I would say, don't be afraid to leave your comments in here on maybe helpful tips or things or other tips that really inspired you or maybe helped your friend, because this all helps other people. And man, we get a lot of comments and a lot of great information, and truthfully, we should almost just have like an audio of all the comments, because the comments leave incredible information for people out there, and I really feel like people benefit from it. So thank you guys for leaving your information to help others. I think it goes a long ways.
yeah, thank you so much. I hope this video was helpful to you. And on that note, we'll see you guys next week.